The onion has been favored for culinary use for thousands of years, and in most places it's pretty easy to grow. There are many varieties to choose from and different ways to grow your onions. More on the pungent bulb in this edition of Great Gardening straight ahead.
That was cool.
Every tree has a moment when it shines.
That's called moneywort or creeping Jenny.
You can go in and do a rejuvenating pruning.
Forage and feed for our native pollinator population.
A garden really gives you peace of mind.
Hello and welcome to Great Gardening. I'm Pamela Fish. This week we look at how onions are grown from seeds rather than sets and why some prefer that method. And we tour a vast vegetable garden where some great size bulbs were grown. But first, a hello to our garden gurus, as we've come to call them, Tom Casper, local garden professional, and Bob Olin, area horticulturist and educator. Welcome back. Glad to have you with us.
Great to be here.
And Tom, we're glad that you brought something green and flowering when we're not seeing so much of that outside right now.
Yeah, I brought a few things in for folks to see or to look for when they're out at the local greenhouse. This is one of them. This is called a sensitive plant, and I don't know if people or folks can see this at home, but when you touch the foliage on it, you can see that they start to move a little bit. So it's sensitive to your touch, which is kind of fun. Kids love them and adults.
Sure.
And then another one that is really popular, the lantana.
Yeah.
Bob, if you want to smell that,
Yeah,
that has a very citrusy smell. Lots
very
of
nice,
fun in
very
the
nice.
garden.
Those hold up really nice.
Yeah, and they do well in hot, dry locations. And then the other one that I brought is the popcorn plant.
I love that.
This, in our environment, will get about 6 feet tall. And another one to smell, Bob.
Yeah, okay.
Smells like popcorn. Did you
Buttered
smell it, Pam?
popcorn. I
Buttered
love
popcorn.
buttered popcorn.
And it has these
Yeah.
beautiful yellow flowers.
And
Thank you for that sensory experience.
locale too.
Locale.
All right. Thanks for bringing those in. We also want to welcome our phone volunteers, the St. Louis County Master Gardeners. Call them at the numbers there on the screen, and they will get your garden questions to Tom and Bob for on-the-spot answers and advice. I have a question I'd like an answer to. What is with this weather?
We'd all like that answer. All I can say, Pam, is just another day in paradise.
Yeah, look at it. Here's a look. Ted Pellman took this just this afternoon, and it doesn't quite look like paradise, but that's what the conditions are like outside.
And of course, we have talked
Frozen
about
bird
that.
bath. And what's that? That's some rhubarb that's still hanging in there, it looks like.
Hanging in there, struggling. It's surprising. It's been cold.
And there are things that are green and are still coming up.
Yeah, you know, these temps are getting close to doing some damage and seeing that in some of those pictures. So hopefully most of our plants will come out of it. So.
We have one more example of something that Tom, you sent me, and it's a sad commentary on what it sometimes means to garden in the Northland. Those daffodils look so sad.
Yeah.
But they may perk back up again.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
They'll be all right. Okay.
You know, we kind of use 28 degrees as kind of a cutoff point, and people may want to do some protection. We've got some cold temperatures forecast for the evening. So.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
So after the show, get out and protect.
Don't run out there right
Stay
now.
warm right now.
Keep watching. All right. Well, it is time now to talk onions. At one local greenhouse, hundreds of them are being grown from seed. Here's a look at how it's done.
Hi, I'm Jan with Bending Birches Greenhouses, and today it's late winter and we are going to be planting some onion seedlings. So I'm actually planting it into the final size that we'll be growing it in so that it's ready to plant out in the garden. So to start with, I'm going to do some Summer Island bunching onions, or scallions, the little green onions that you can chop up and use for stir fry or salad dressings and things like that. And because I'm doing a lot of these, I've got a little seeder, so I can show how to use that, or it's perfectly acceptable to just put them in your hand and do a little sprinkle of them too. So I've got 4 packs that are set up with my planting mix, and it's just put in there and leveled off. I haven't packed them down or anything. And onion seeds do need to be covered. They're not like some of the little seeds that need the light to germinate, so I'm going to lightly cover them. The general rule of thumb with seeds that you're covering is you want them to be about 3 times as deep as the size of the seed. And then you want to press it down so that there's good soil contact with the seed. And what I like to do with that is just use the same 4-pack that they're planted in. And then you want to water them in really good. What I like to do with my seedlings to start out is I like to bottom water them. I put some water in the tray in the bottom, and then I'm also going to just mist it from the top. You want to keep it nice and moist while the seeds are germinating. And then the other thing I like to do is to put a humidity dome on them. Like I said, onions don't need light to germinate, so you would ideally want them in a place that's warm, but it can be dark, but you want to really watch out for those little seedlings to emerge. Just like anything you're starting, as soon as you even see that they're starting to break that dormancy, you want to get lights on them. In a week or so, when these are fully emerged and they are getting long, what you actually want to do is trim them. And that's going to keep them from getting all long and spindly, and it helps encourage them to keep putting more leaves out. With onions and garlic and leeks and other things in the allium family, each leaf that you have out there is one of those layers in the onion, so you want it to have lots of layers. So we're at this stage we're really encouraging that leaf growth so that when it comes time to plant these out, you have a nice size onion. When these are ready to be planted out and they're not going to hopefully look like little blades of grass anymore, they should be much stouter. And then what you can do is it's just like any other transplant that you're taking out of the pack. You know, you want to gently work it out of there. And then I just kind of tease that bundle apart. Onions are a cool weather crop, so you don't need to wait until the soil is really warm like you do for tomatoes or squash or beans. This variety is a Cortland onion. It's a yellow storage onion that works really well in our area. So an onion set, if you've seen those in the garden centers, it looks like a little pearl onion. So what those onion sets are is an onion that's been grown from seed like this, and they've harvested the little bulb and held it over, so you're planting it. So you're basically planting a second year plant. They're nice and easy to put out. So with those, you just dig a trench and you put them in and cover them up. I've found that the ones that I've grown from seedling I've liked a lot. The other advantage of seedlings, other than, like I said, I just like the quality of them and I like the process, but you get a lot more variety that's at your disposal too. I think they grow more vigorously. That's why I like them. They don't need a lot of care, especially doing them this way where I don't have to transplant them. Onions are heavy feeders, so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to water them once a week with fish emulsion.
And here are the Cortland onions, and look at how big they've grown in the last 3 weeks. Wow, they really took off. And normally, would they be ready to plant about this time?
Yeah, and great tip by Jan on really how to do that from seed. So if folks are thinking about doing that in the future, plan for that for next year.
That's right. Those seedlings look pretty healthy, but typically people use sets.
Well, a lot of people will
onions?
use sets, and Jan mentioned these, and these, of course, were here's some examples. They were grown out last year, but consumer tip: a couple of quick little things. If you're going to start from sets, separate them out by size. So your largers are going to be in one group and your smaller sets are going to be another. And the smaller sets will give you the larger bulb. And the larger sets, you want to harvest those a little bit earlier because they're never going to really mature. But you want to be very careful as a consumer. I would not be purchasing sets that I couldn't feel. You want a nice full bulb, not one that's been partially grown out and where that interior is deteriorated. So this is the same leaf structure that people are aware of on onion. And this has kind of filled the entire set with the aroma of onions.
Yeah, it sure has.
You can see the real nice leafy structure of the onion plant. Now this is a bulbing onion, and Jan was planting scallions or green bunching onions. So we can see the two of those things, the green buncher and the scallion. If people want to still plant the scallions, they can set them out when it's warmer. So they could plant those June 1st. They don't need the same time. It's just the bulbing onions that we really want to get started early because they really do respond to the lengthening day length. And you know, we've got several good varieties. Cortland is one you mentioned, one of my favorites. Everyone's going to have a favorite, of course.
Right.
Copra is a real good, solid keeping onion. And you want to make that distinction between a sweet onion that you're going to be harvesting, putting on in your salads, such as this variety, which is Red Wing, or a keeper, which you really want to mature and you want to hold that for, you know, as long as maybe 9 or 10 months. So you've got to separate them out that way.
Okay, thanks, Bob. We also want to show a picture of that we took just a couple days ago, just outside the studio, right across the street. And these are a wild type of onion. Tom, what do we typically call these?
We were looking at ramps.
Ramps, yeah.
And Pam actually went out just a little while ago and harvested some.
Let's take a look at what they look like up close.
Yeah.
You know,
so folks can see that. Great to really cook, used in cooking right now. If folks are really craving that stuff from the garden, here's one of the first opportunities for
and they
folks
grow
to
in the
use it.
wild, and they kind of have a garlic onion, pretty strong.
Yeah, very pungent.
Yeah.
The smells really good.
Yeah, it does smell very oniony out here. Okay. Well, let's get to some of the questions that we have coming in. And Sally from Hermantown has an accidental raspberry garden. How can I improve it? Should I fertilize? And then we also had a question, how do I tend to raspberries in early spring? A couple raspberry questions.
Couple of good questions. People know from a couple of classes we've taught that I have a little bias against the wild raspberries just because they're a reservoir for virus, which is the ultimate downfall. But if you want to work with them a little bit, I would say get in there, and right now you want to prune out anything that is obviously brittle and dead, the canes. You want to leave the green canes, and then she probably wants to ultimately train them so there's some space between the individual canes. So you put them in rows, hedge rows if you like, just so we can get more sunlight penetration. So clip out the old material, clip out anything that's where you've got dieback on the tips, and just as the buds begin to emerge, some form of nitrogen fertilizer, whether it be, you know, a urea, an ammonium nitrate, or whether it be a good quality manure or a manure tea, you've got your choice. But a little fertility in the spring of the year is what they really want.
Sean from Duluth, speaking of nitrogen, says they need to add nitrogen to the soil based on a soil test. When should I add it, and what organic nitrogen is available?
Oh, there's lots of good organics that are available. They don't quite have the same content, but of course the sanitary district here, Western Lakes Prairie Sanitary, has got a good compost product which has a significant nitrogen component, maybe 1% to 2%. If you need more, you must understand that nitrogen is, the term we use is ephemeral. It just means it came from the air, it's going back to the air, so you don't want to over apply it. Side dressing is a good idea. Never apply too early. Active growth, and then maybe multiple applications so that plant can pick it up and use it in its entirety.
And the tip that it had previously, Jan had mentioned using fish emulsion, another
There's
great
another option.
source
Oh,
for
okay.
organic nitrogen. So.
Excellent. Okay. When do you put lawn and feed on your garden?
Well, you wouldn't want to put lawn and feed or weed
The
and
question
feed.
says lawn and feed.
Uh,
That's
weed-
from
weed and
Marion
feed,
in
I'm
Duluth,
assuming is
but
what we're
maybe-
talking about.
Maybe we're talking about weed and feed?
Weed and feed.
Weed and
Okay.
feed. Again, back to what Bob had mentioned, when your lawn is actively growing, so really still a couple of weeks out at least. So, and certainly best application time is in the fall.
Okay.
Get your best
But
kill.
real quick point, Tom, I think that you want to keep that all out of the garden because there's typically 2 or 3 components, a 2,4-D component, and even if it volatilizes, goes in the air, it really is destructive on tomatoes in particular.
So keeping it a ways away from
Any vegetable garden at all, and on a very calm day, and I would say the end of May, you don't want to make that application before that time. Both the weeds and the grass have to be actively growing for it to be effective.
Okay. Tom from Washburn wants to know, can you grow spaghetti squash around here?
Sure.
Yeah, we grow lots of spaghetti squash. Good varieties. Primavera is one of the real nice ones, one of the new hybrids out there.
Okay. Have you guys ever had it?
Oh, we grow lots and lots of it.
Do you? How do you eat it?
You can use it just like a spaghetti, basically. Use it with a tomato
That's
sauce.
what they say. I've never tried it.
Oh, we got to initiate you. It's wonderful.
Okay.
It really is a nice substitute, and for anyone that's down on carbohydrate or pasta, it's really a great substitute, very nutritious, and yeah, it works good, and you can grow it well in the area.
Good. All right. Well, moving on, gardeners all across our region put in countless hours transforming landscapes. Here's one example in this week's Grow and Show. Diane Finkler and Gary Peterson started their gardens on Lake Amnicon 5 years ago with just a few plants shared by a friend. Wooded land was cleared and boulders relocated, and the following year, a beautiful glass greenhouse was added. There, Diane grows and starts most of the perennials and annuals. The plants are butterfly, bee, and hummingbird attractors, and Diane says the garden literally hums by midsummer. For Captain Tom and Liz McKay on Duluth Park Point, the pansies and violas are some of their favorites, growing in pots or in the yard or garden. The marsh marigolds came from a cousin, and Tom says they don't bloom until early June on the point, and for them are a harbinger of summer. Tom photographs the wildlife among the flowers to use on sympathy cards, which he creates and shares. This beauty he calls the Isle Royal Rose. It was planted by the mother of a friend on the Lake Superior Island some years ago. If you have pictures of favorite flowers or garden projects to share, send them to greatgardening@wdse.org so we can show what you grow. All right, keep those pictures coming in. We love to see the beauty that people grow in their gardens.
Captain Tom and Garden Liz.
That's right, yeah. They're a lot of fun. They stopped at the home show and talked to us and then sent in those pictures. Mary from West Duluth wants to know, if I buy ramps at the farmer's market, can I take them home and plant them?
No, really pretty extensive root system. There again, you know, this is obviously the above ground part, but there's a very extensive root system. So she should, if she's getting them at the farmer's market, take them home and cook with them.
Yeah.
Not try to get them to grow.
And most people forage for them in the wild, from what I understand.
Yeah, they're all over the woods in the Duluth area. So.
Okay. Not domesticated as far as we know, or we don't know?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. All right. What kind of veggies besides tomatoes, onions, garlic, deer will leave alone? That's from Jamie in Thunder Bay.
If Jamie has found a tomato that the deer will leave alone, I'd be very interested.
Oh, okay.
I would say I know from past experience many times that they'll take tomatoes. So
Okay.
the onion family. So I think if you look at garlic, onions, the scallions, leeks, allium, all of these in this allium family really are pretty much deer proof. And that's one of the few veggies in the garden that is. So that's a nice advantage.
Jamie also tells us they have 6 inches of ice on the ground in Thunder Bay.
Ooh.
Will the garlic and onions survive?
Ice, I'm really concerned about. If they were up and they got iced in, they'll be knocked back. There is a bulb under there, so they'll come back, and you're not going to get as large a clove when you're done. But I think that they should survive. They're pretty tough, but they're going to have to regrow.
And that ice, if it's not too thick, could actually be a bit of a buffer between some of these real cold temperatures that we're going to see. So it might help even a little bit, as long as it's not too thick and too much damage. So.
Don't turn on the sprinklers. Not a recommended practice.
If you can even get them to,
that's
to
right.
thaw enough
That's
to turn them
right.
on, right? Lori, another caller from Thunder Bay, thanks for calling Thunder Bay, covered garlic in the fall with straw. Took it off last week. It looked a little yellow. Covered it again this week due to the ice. Should I add nitrogen? Will it survive?
You know, at this point, a couple quick thoughts. When you're covering them in the fall, break that straw up. And if you break it up, loosen it up, even if you're getting 3, 4, 5 inches, let them go and let them penetrate and work their way through. They're pretty tough. But in this particular situation, I wouldn't be adding any nitrogen. I would remove after this cold period has passed. I would, at this point, take some of that straw off because it's matting it down, and then let them recover. Let that green color return to the leaves, and at that point, side dress with some nitrogen.
Okay. Tom, another question out of Duluth. My perennials have come up some as high as 6 to 12 inches. Will the snow and ice freezing kill them? Will they survive?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And certainly for all of us gardeners on our mind here, as these temperatures are again going to be cold tonight. So if they can protect them, if not, really hoping for the best, and it will impact some of them, probably not kill them. Again, setting them back, and depending on what varieties, maybe even potentially losing those blossoms for this year. So.
Okay. Jim from Hayward has a Norway maple that the main stem is broken. Can we tape it?
Oh, tape it back together. You know, if it was just broken and you could line up the cambium layers, it'd be a possibility. But as soon as they callus off, that really isn't going to be effective. So I would say, he might have to do even a little more extensive pruning, such as back to a main stem if possible, or he might have to start over too.
And certainly an ongoing problem with Norway maples in our area. They really have problems with, as they mature, branches breaking off of them. So.
Okay. Question from Cromwell. Mary's wondering about the thrips on her gladiolas last year. Will the bulbs or soil contain them again this year?
Good chance, and what she'll want to do if she's growing or wants to continue growing gladiolas is moving them to another area of the garden, or if she can't do that, maybe taking a couple of years off to really get rid of that insect before she plants gladiolas again.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have more questions in just a little bit. Great answers, though, you guys. But right now, we want to take you back to the bountiful harvest from a garden in South Range, Wisconsin, where some hefty onions were grown.
Hi, my name is Liz DeLuca, and I'm in the township of Superior, right on the Four Corners, and I have a huge vegetable garden that I'd like to show you. It is 65 by 23 feet. It's pretty big. I have 5 raised beds. The average is about 4 by 8. These are old watering cans for cattle and horses, and now we just use them for raspberries. The onions over here, they get about the size of softballs. So we got a big onion here. I'm gonna pull this one up. I do love the Walla Wallas. It's a wonderful sweet onion, and it's delicious and can go with any meal. And then I did plant some Red Rivers. It's a beautiful reddish purple onion, really gorgeous. Very good on sandwiches and salads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang the onions up on a line inside my garage and let them dry out, and then I'm going to put them in a cool place in my home. They should last me for a long time. So here's one of my carrots. And one thing I really like about the carrots is that I love to make stew. And I'll use my onions and I'll use my potatoes. I did plant 5 different kinds of potatoes. These are russet potatoes. This one actually here is a fingerling. They're really long and narrow. They're delicious. They have real thin skin on there, easy to clean. So this one got a little bit exposed to the light. There's a little green color on the tip of this potato. So that's why it's important to hill them. So when I'm watering, if I see any potatoes erupting, then I just go ahead and rehill them. They come in all different sizes. Right here is a zucchini. I usually plant this every year. And crookneck. This is pretty big, but a lot of people like it, and they like to mix the two together. It makes a good stir fry. And so anyway, and then one thing I love about zucchini is that you can throw it in almost any dessert or dish. One thing I like about the plastic is that it will help me to do a lot less weeding. Put it right in between the rows, and I like having cans around because it gets so windy, the wind will knock the plants over. It protects them. And sometimes that tomato plants get so big that the vines fall over, and then I have to go and buy some gardening tape and tape the stem to the wire. And that actually helps a lot. And then you don't really see it because it's green and it matches the plant, the stem. This year I actually canned, my mother helped me of course, 23 quarts of green beans. And I could have easily had a lot more, probably about 30 quarts. However, my mother said she didn't want to see another green bean, and I don't blame her.
All right, thanks again to Liz. She really produces a lot of produce.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah,
gardens.
yeah, and shared some with us when we were there. It was fabulous. Only a couple minutes left to get some of these questions in. Nick from Duluth harvested his onions last September. They were rotten and wet inside. He gardens in clay soil. What could be going on there?
Well, there's the problem, drainage issue again, and we had so much moisture last year that they just accumulate moisture. I would be working in some organic material, trying to improve the drainage. That's going to be the answer there.
Okay, Earl and Linda in Piedmont want to build raised beds on top of a former vegetable garden with a slight incline. They have a little bit of a longer question, but I know you guys will have a quick answer. They have 6 to 8 inches of good compost on top of a foot of soil, then a couple inches of harder clay below that regular soil. Will drainage be an issue? Is the
so it sounds like they got about a foot
Yeah.
or so, 14 inches of good soil, but they'll want to work that compost into the top soil before they plant. So, but it should be okay. I mean, if they can do anything to improve the drainage, but certainly a foot is is more than most of us are dealing with. So.
Okay. And
You know,
David,
Real quickly, if they can get in there and if they can still break up that hard pan layer, that'll be beneficial because
Sure.
a tomato can get a root that's down a couple of feet, if they can do that.
if they can get to
practical.
it, break
Yeah.
it up. Okay. David planted blueberries 4 years ago in a raised bed, but the soil settled down. If I add more, do I have to dig them up and replant? Do I cut back the foliage? And when do I do that?
He wants to do it right now. I would not bury them. I would dig them up and raise them. Actually, that'll improve the drainage, but he should not add soil into the top. They're very shallow rooted. Now is the time they'll hardly even notice that they've been moved.
Okay, great. Evelyn has an arborvitae that's been neglected for 3 to 4 years. How do I get that back in shape?
Well, she can trim it a little bit, doesn't want to go too far on it because she's going to get into old wood, and if it's flopped over, you can tie, if there's different branches, you can tie it with a good nylon or something like that and get it back in shape, and then start trimming it over a couple of years and she could get it back. So.
Excellent. Okay, Peter from Duluth wants to know, when using iron sulfate to lower the pH, do I sprinkle it on top of the soil or do I mix it in?
You know, he wants to mix it in, but he wants to be careful. Again, with blueberries, they're very shallow rooted, so he's going to drag that in maybe an inch and a half, and then water it in from there. But we want to get some of that begins to adhere tightly to the soil, so we want to get it down in the root zone.
All right.
And I might say if that isn't effective, then we have more soluble materials. His next choice would be ammonium sulfate, which will be carried in with more moisture.
Okay. Diane from Proctor, how do I get rid of the roots of a large basswood tree that I cut down in my yard?
Probably going to have to go out and get somebody to come in and grind them, more than likely. So.
All right. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for questions. You guys did a great job of getting to them quickly, and we got through a lot. Really appreciate that. But I want to mention a couple of our calendar items coming up. There's a number of plant sales and the Duluth Monarch Festival coming up. Also, 3 plant sales that you want to check out. And for more information on those, please go to our website, wdsc.org/gardening, and we have all the information and links there. Gosh, that's all the time we have. So we want to express our gratitude to Tom Casper, Bob Olin. Really appreciate your expertise and your advice and your time especially. And we also want to thank the Master Gardeners from St. Louis County for coming in. And thanks to all of you at home for calling in with your garden questions. From all of us here at Great Gardening, thanks for watching and enjoy the garden.